Our topic today is God walks with us through it all. Hello. I hope everyone is doing well. I wanted to share what's going on with me and what God has been doing in my life. He's really been working the last few weeks. The last few weeks have been very hard for me. But I saw the goodness of God working in my life. I wasn't doing very well. My whole left arm, from my neck all the way to my fingertips, was in pain. But God healed me. It began when I was visiting my brother in Arizona in late February. It was really a blessing to meet my nephew for the first time. He is very cute and he loves food. Anyway, I started to feel pain in my neck, but there was no redness or swelling or discoloration or anything on my arm. My mom suspected maybe the pain was because I had done some deep, intense workouts in the few days prior to this. Or it could be because of my scoliosis from my CP. No one knows. So I continued life as usual. When I got back home from Arizona, my pain was worse. I couldn't sleep comfortably on my back. My parents left home to go on a mission trip for a few days. They had already made important commitments a long time ago, and they could not cancel. They were able to bless many people on their missions trip. I had been taking Advil, but it didn't work. And now I couldn't sleep at all. I had so much pain, and because of lack of sleep, I became very stressed. It was unbearable for me because I couldn't use my left arm. That impacted my work performance. I became easily tired and sleepy. I didn't want to do anything. I didn't want to go out. I cried. And I wondered why God allowed me to experience this. Does God know and understand what I'm feeling? How come no one seems to understand me? Why do I need to suffer? To make matters worse, the muscles in my left arm and in my hand became very weak from lack of movement and lack of use because of the pain. I decided to go to the doctor. Now remember, there was nothing on my arm. It wasn't red or anything like that. Something interesting happened that day. God is so amazing. I had to call off from work, and take a sick day because it was urgent that I go to the doctor. I knew I might have a longer wait because I didn't make an appointment in advance. That morning, it started to snow. It became very windy with mixed rain and snow. I arrived at the doctor's office, and I waited for a few minutes until they called me back. It was a lot quicker than I expected, which was really cool. So the doctor examined me and checked my body. She found nothing on my arm. She thought possibly it was muscle strain from my workout, but she thought it was nothing serious or critical. She suggested I put cream on my arm and gave me a prescription for stronger medicine for pain. I thanked the doctor and left. There were a few patients in the office lobby. And I realized some people may have called and canceled their appointments due to the weather. And that was the reason it was faster and easier for me to meet the doctor. I'm so thankful to God for making this day easier and quicker for me. God is so good. I went home and I took the medicine, but the pain didn't go away at all. I had to go to a chiropractor. I was nervous, but I went anyway. But unfortunately, the pain didn't stop at all. I had to deal with this mysterious pain for several weeks. And all I could do was persevere and pray and trust God. A few weeks later, the intensity of the pain finally started to lessen, but I still had pain in my whole arm. In early April, I was finally able to move my arm almost completely and sleep comfortably. And interestingly, it was the perfect time because spring break was soon, just around the corner. And I was so thrilled because I needed to rest and catch up with work and with my sleep because I had lost so much sleep during this hard time. I spent the week of spring break just sleeping and resting comfortably. God healed me. Therefore, I felt so energized and refreshed after spring break. Now my whole arm doesn't hurt a lot anymore. The experience was hard. I felt lonely. But I'm thankful to God for my family and for my friends who helped me during that time of need. I also thank God for healing me. It felt like everything was against me. and I wasn't sure if I would survive this. I wondered why I needed to suffer. I know God promised me a new life in heaven, and in that place there is no more pain, no more suffering, no more tears. I didn't understand, and I still don't understand, why this whole thing happened to me. All I can say is that God saw me through, and for that I am truly grateful. I found Psalms 13 that describe my feelings and God's truth. David wrote this psalm when he described his troubles. He was in anguish, physically, mentally, and spiritually. He was very distraught and afraid that everything was against him. He was on the run from King Saul. And he was surrounded by hostile neighbors. He didn't know what to do. And even though he was distraught, he still looked to the Lord. He understood that God is in control, and he is greater than all his troubles. He thanked the Lord for being there with him. Even though David didn't understand why King Saul kept attacking him. We might not understand why something's happening, but God loves us and we can continue to trust him. God never abandons us or leaves us. He is with us, walking through the fire with us. God is faithful and doing something in our lives, whether we know it or not. Life is not easy, but God walks with us through it all. Thank you.